Today I'm going for 100% completion and the Platinum Trophy in the fan favorite To earn 100% completion in this masterpiece of a game, I have to complete every entry in Jiminy's journal, beat the game on critical mode, and test my will by visiting foes old and new. If you watched my Kingdom Hearts 1 video, then you probably remember that I did my first playthrough of the game on beginner, and that ain't happening this time. Nope, this entire playthrough was done on critical mode, so instead of having to do 2 playthroughs, I only did it the 1. That was my biggest regret from the Kingdom Hearts 1 video, is that I didn't take the entire challenge on just on Proud alone, and I can happily say this was a lot of fun. The game starts out with me playing as a young boy called Roxas, who much like Sora happens to be able to wield the Keyblade. Roxas' world is being attacked by creatures called Nobodies, which are pretty much the opposite of the Heartless we had to deal with in Kingdom Hearts 1. Heartless are created when someone loses their heart to darkness, and Nobodies are the bodies created at the same time that sometimes choose to stick around because the person had an exceptionally strong soul and will. There are mysterious folks in black hoods that are trying to put Sora's memories back together so that he can be awakened from a sleep he was put in during the time between the events of Kingdom Hearts 1 and now. And as it turns out, the same people in the black hoods are also hunting Roxas down because he was once a part of their group called Organization 13. During the local struggle tournament, I earned the first trophy of this playthrough by beating Roxas' best friend Hayner in convincing fashion. Where? He doesn't have any more orbs. Where are they at? Okay, there we go, there we go. What? Oh, okay. I don't know where those damn orbs went. Struggle Champion, the first trophy earned. As Roxas, I continued to defeat Nobodies and eventually learn the truth. Roxas is Sora's nobody that was created when he turned into a Heartless back in Hollow Bastion, and because of Roxas, Sora's memories have now become fragmented and need to be pieced back together by someone called Naminé, who's Kairi's nobody if that isn't obvious. Riku has been trying to help put Sora's memories back together as well, even going as far as fighting Roxas on more than one occasion when he was a member of the organization. After a showdown with Axel, who was Roxas' best friend from the organization, Roxas finally meets Sora face to face and chooses to merge with him, completing his episode.
Looks like my summer vacation is over.
Summer's end. I'm not crying, you're crying. With the gang back together and seemingly about to be beaten by some nobodies, the king showed up to save the day and sent us to the train, saying that the train knows the way. It did, because it then dropped us at Master Yensid's tower, and I got a breakdown of Organization 13 and some new digs and powers. Unlike the last journey we took together in Kingdom Hearts, the trophies in KH2 take quite a while to come by, especially early on. The reason for that is just about every single world in the game requires 2 or more visits by Sora and co, pushing the story forward in a way that at times felt a bit annoying because it made the story feel more jagged at points than I would have liked. With that being said, I'll try to keep this section a bit brief, but there's a lot. Out of the 12 trophies for completing the episodes of the different worlds in this game, only 2 of them have 1 episode to complete, and 100 Acre Wood in all reality requires multiple trips to finish unless you collect every page and go at once. Regardless, after first stopping in Hollow Bastion and meeting with some of the old Final Fantasy friends, I had my first official run-in with Organization 13. After sealing the first keyhole here, I found the first of 12 secret Ansem reports, just one of the many things I need to collect throughout this playthrough for 12 trophies, including the likes of Seeker, Heartless Highbrow, and Puzzler. World number 2 was the Land of Dragons, where we met Mulan for the first time, and much like in the movie, buried Shan Yu in the mountains, but not for long when bro flipped on me like the old man in the ambulance meme.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Move. What? Okay, there we go. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Push. Come on. There we go. Big. Easy, easy, easy money. Later arriving at Beast Castle, it was here where I really used my brand new drive gauge for the first time. Sora has 6 total drive forms, being Valor, Wisdom, Limit, Master, Final, and Anti-form, with all of them being unlocked as the game progresses and needing to be leveled up for stuff down the line. The castle felt like it was boss fight after boss fight after boss fight, and truthfully, it was one of my favorite early game visits. Alright, we're looking okay. It's not the worst. Why do I talk? I won't give up. Mickey! My hero! Alright, Mickey. Beast is not slain. Beast is now. Alright, Cogsworth, come on. Oh, that's cool. And Chance. Got him. Last tile, perfect. Come on. Come on, come on. Got him. Alright. That's all 3 of those bosses out of the way. There's so many bosses in here. After a brief reintroduction to Winnie the Pooh, I made my way to the Olympus Coliseum where things were about to get crazy. Hades called upon Final Fantasy's Auron to put an end to Hercules once and for all, but he wasn't really feeling it and came with us instead. I was real happy he did because the big 3-headed pupper called Cerberus came to see me, and he was not in a good mood. Gotta hit 1 combo. That's all we gotta do. No. I could have used the limit there. That was dumb to screw that up. I missed it a second time, too. Damn it, come on. There we go. Alright, finally didn't screw it up. This should take him out, hopefully. There we go, perfect. Bye-bye, puppy dog. Shortly after, I was met by far and away the weakest member of Organization 13, Demyx. Demyx's only real skill is playing his instrument, and I didn't even think he was very good at that. After the first of many fights against Pete, it was once again me against a Titan, but this time it was the never-ending heads of the Hydra, which actually ended up being one of my favorite boss fights in the game, with the inclusion of the little mini-games spread throughout the battle. It was at the Disney Castle where I briefly met Queen Minnie, and she showed me the Cornerstone of Light, which quickly turned into me going back to the old times by entering the world of the Timeless River. As it turned out, Pete stole the Cornerstone, and we had to go get it back by teaming with the original Pete in order to take down the Fat Cat. Battling him all over the different areas of the world finally ended and not only earned me the Wisdom Drive form, but also another trophy. I was pretty surprised to see Atlantica in this game after, killing literally the only villain of the universe in the last one, but quickly found out that somehow this version of the underwater world was even more annoying than the first rendition because it was a 5-stage rhythm game that I couldn't even do all at once because I needed to unlock stuff and keep coming back. Port Royal was next up, and Michael Bolton's favorite movie plays out pretty much exactly like the plot of Pirates of the Caribbean, where Will's girlfriend and kick-ass pirate in her own right, Elizabeth, was kidnapped by Barbossa in an attempt to break the curse that he and his crew have dealt with for years upon years. Once we found the gold, it was time for the showdown with the skeleton pirate in what turned out to be a pretty simple fight. Agrabah. One of my favorite worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1, and it remained a favorite in KH2. This time around, Jafar wasn't a problem, but we quickly found out that Aladdin was still stirring up problems in the streets when Abu stole a lamp from the local merchant, which we quickly found out after giving it back that this was the lamp Jafar is in, and we willingly just returned it to a shady merchant, which is a bit of a problem. The peddler wouldn't sell us the lamp either without finding him a very important treasure, so we went down into the Cave of Wonders. Unfortunately, when we found the treasure, Pete had been tailing us and called the Heartless to attack us. After defeating them, we made it back to the palace courtyard where things started to go very badly. Iago dropped the lamp, and once Pete picked it up, well, you know where this is going. Except you don't, because Genie showed up and saved the day just in the nick of time. I did have to fight 2 large-bodied Heartless bosses to end our first visit, though. Finally seeing the story push forward a bit more outside of what I was doing at the moment, a brief cutscene showed me that Axel had tricked Kairi into pretty much kidnapping herself. With all of that being said, and however many minutes have passed in the video, I finally got another trophy when I popped Veteran Pilot for getting an S-tier rank on my first Gummy Ship mission. Oh, okay. S-tier. Completion rank. Oh my god. Finally. I hate Gummy Ship missions, dude. Veteran Pilot, trophy earned. Yes, sir. Halloween Town looked a bit different this go around because Jack Skellington decided that he just loves Christmas now, and Christmas Town was now conjoined with his home. Jack brought us along to meet Sandy Claus, who told me that naturally Lock, Shock, and Barrel have been causing issues and need to be stopped. It turns out that Maleficent was actually pulling the strings behind the scenes, and at the request of the kids, reanimated Oogie Boogie, setting me up for one of the more annoying boss fights in the game. I hate everything about Oogie Boogie, dude. Just... triangle. Come on, one more. Why are you not breaking? Jesus. Come on. Come on. Alright, he's dead. Thank God. Never again. You bag of worms. After being forced to relive one of the saddest movie memories of my childhood, it was time to learn how to fight on all fours as I got turned into a cub in the heart of the Pride Lands. After rekindling the relationship between Simba and Nala, we were able to convince the true king to return home and claim his rightful place on the throne of Pride Rock. Making quick work of the hyena cronies, it was then time to team up with Simba and repay Uncle Scar for all the bad deeds he'd done.
Why?
Do I have to do it like this? Oh my goodness. That was... like, why? Finally, after all of that, the first visits to each world were done, and business was about to pick up in a big way. In Hollow Bastion, Ansem's secret computer had been discovered, and it should be able to give us all the information we need about the Heartless. When Donald and Goofy find a way to somehow break the computer, everyone gets taken to Space Paranoids, or in other words, Tron World. Here I had to beat some mini-games, which I'll come back to later, and defeat more Heartless in order to help Tron break the code of the evil MCP. Back out in the real world, things have started going haywire, as not only did I have my first run-in with Sephiroth, thankfully old Sephi wasn't looking for a fight at the moment, but someone who was is Demyx, aka the dude I beat just a little while back in the underworld. This time the fight was for real, with it ending in the nobody's destruction once and for all. Wild dance, wild dance, wild dance. And one more should do it. Baby. Goodbye, Demyx. At the dark depths, Mickey suddenly realized that the leader of Organization 13 was none other than Xemnas. Xemnas turns out to be the nobody of Ansem the Wise's former assistant Xehanort, who anyone who has played through Kingdom Hearts should know, but if you've never played any of the other mainline games, he's probably brand new to you. Let's just say this dude is far and away the biggest antagonist in the Kingdom Hearts series and is not someone to be taken lightly. I then faced off against 1,000, yes I said 1,000 Heartless. After all of that was done, I found out the truth. Every Heartless that I destroy actually aids the cause of Organization 13 by releasing hearts into the much larger Kingdom Hearts. The organization is causing all kinds of havoc across each area and doing everything they can to put Xemnas' plan of using Kingdom Hearts to give their existence meaning into action. In the Land of Dragons, Sora was convinced that Riku was working with the organization, but it turns out that Xigbar was the culprit here, busy bringing forth a literal dragon to destroy the place. Jump. Ride the wind. Soar. Alright, don't miss. There we go. Okay, that's easy money. Rest in peace, big dragon. Beast's castle was much of the same when Beauty and the Beast were interrupted during what was supposed to be the night they fall in love and end the curse. Xaldin arrived and stole Beast's rose, which he absolutely needed if the curse was going to be broken. Xaldin also proved he was the world's worst kidnapper when he tried to make Beast choose between his love and his curse, because Belle pulled off a slick elbow to make him look like an idiot and got away as we took him down. And we're good. Move. Learn. Okay. Should have just enough if I don't screw this up. That was a little closer than I would have liked. Back in Port Royal, it was Luxord's turn to be a pain in my taint, as he caused the curse of the pirates to return by stealing and spreading the cursed coins around the world via the Heartless. Unfortunately for Captain Jack, he didn't lose the curse when the coins were returned, because he was attacked by the Heartless boss back on the Black Pearl, so in order to save him, it was time to finish this monster and world off once and for all. Get him, get him, get him, now's the time, now's the time. And bang. Hot. Olympus Coliseum was pretty fun as usual. Hades was up to his typical shenanigans, but turned all the way up to 11 because this time he had Auron completely under his control, giving me a foe I may not be able to handle. After finishing both the Pain and Panic and Cerberus cups, it was time to take on the Hades cup, or at least it would have been had Hercules not decided to flex his hero muscles and take on Auron while we tried to figure out how to break him out of Hades' control. Eventually finding what I needed and not a second too soon, the fighting stopped and the whole group turned our attention to Hades, officially ending the Underlord's story in KH2. Alright, he's just about done. Hit it. Hit the damn Aura Sphere. There we go. Do I have to hit the second one? I can't. I was gonna say I should just be able. There we go. And shebang. In Agrabah, our worst fears came true as Jafar was officially back in business as his big nasty red genie self, and once again trying to capture Jasmine to take control of the world. After beating an admittedly pretty fun minigame with Carpet, the big guy was cornered, and in a fight reminiscent of Ursula and Chernabog from KH1, it was time to fight the now Titan-sized Jafar high above the Agrabah streets. Roll him up, roll him up, roll him up, and chance it. I should kill him here. Yeah. Bye, 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 red boy. Dr. Finkelstein decided to create a new monster in Halloween Town, and it managed to ruin Christmas Town for the second time in as many trips to the world. At first, it seemed like it could be the usual suspects, lock, shock, and barrel, so we decided that trapping and interrogating them was the best move. When they swore they had nothing to do with the missing presents, we wrapped our own new presents to save Christmas for Sandy Claus. Eventually, I did end up finding Finkelstein's monster and unfortunately gave the organization another huge heart to work with. Finally, in a world that I assumed just had to be in a better place than what I left it, the Pride Lands were somehow just as much a mess as they were before. Turns out the ghost of good old Uncle Scar was messing with Simba and causing the new king to have performance issues. Those damned hyenas decided to troll us, and more specifically Simba, and unfortunately it worked. Simba ran and hid, but thankfully after a bit of convincing, he came back and it was time for us to save the Pride Lands once and for all. Push. Good stuff. Push, 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 push. And all right, let's get the eye. Can we jump and hit the eye? Damn it! Couple swings and that'll do it. Another one gone. I put off my second visit to Atlantica for just about as long as I could because, much like I mentioned earlier, I really had just no interest in this world. The boss fight with Ursula proved to be a cakewalk since it was another rhythm game, and after putting on the 5th song for their live performance, I never had to return to this place again. The Heartless of Tron's Space Paranoids world had made their way into the real world after the MCP went rogue and started trying to destroy everything. Since I had finally collected all of the other torn pages to complete 100 Acre Wood, I went in and threw poo to the moon. Oh, that just sounds like I threw shit in the air. Going back into Space Paranoids to face the MCP head-on proved to be a real challenge because the whole area was a constant fight with a new group of enemies at every turn. After Tron got an update via Merlin's magic, it was time for a face-off with the MCP's number 2, Sark, in what turned out to be his 2-stage boss fight. Burst Pulse. Let's get you out of here, big boy. Nothing but a G-Fang. That was easy. Super easy. Bye-bye. Delete, 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 charge, 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 delete, 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 delete. A final return to Twilight Town was all that stood between me and the final push to beat Kingdom Hearts 2, so I made my way back to the mansion where the answers we needed lied within. Finding the computer in the basement allowed me to go to Roxas' version of Twilight Town and showed me the portal to the world that never was, where we got attacked by nobodies and had help from a surprising source.
I wanted to see Roxas.
Oh, that's so sad.
He
was the only one I liked.
the only one I liked. He made me feel
like I had a heart. Bro.
It's kind of funny. You make me feel the same.
I'm not crying, you're crying, alright? To this point in the game, I can honestly say I was surprised at how easy things were going. There were really no true challenges to this point that, I kept dying in certain spots or was having trouble with. It was all pretty simple. Until I got a slap in the face in a form of a reality check during this fight with Roxas. Jesus Christ. Alright, come on, bro. Where's he at? I should have locked on. I'm dumb. I'm the dumbest creature on Earth. Come on. Don't mess this up. I messed it up, didn't I? Yeah, sick. Son of a bitch. No, come on. No, not again. Hit it. Perfect. That is beautiful. Come on. We get a real shot here. Don't. Okay. We're good. Get him. One more hit. Yes. Kairi escapes Organization 13 with the help of Naminé and the now ansemed out version of Riku. After making short work of Xigbar, it was time to reunite with our 2 closest friends and grab the trophy for doing so. Opening my journal immediately after netted me another trophy since by this point I had found every type of nobody in the game. Knowing that I had multiple battles ahead of me, I figured it was probably a good idea to go and max out all of my drive forms, so no challenge could possibly be that hard, right? The method I used to do this was pretty straightforward, as I went to Agrabah and attacked the mushroom enemy while making sure I was doing the correct requirements to level up each form. Luckily, it was during this brief grind where I earned another trophy. Well, I'm glad that didn't happen in the middle of a real fight, because that would have sucked. By this point, I also found all the Ansem reports, and it was time to fight. The fights with Luxord and Cyax came next, and truth be told, I thought Luxord was so much worse to deal with, because having to fight a boss that wants to play a card game with you the entire time got really old, really fast for me. Cyax I actually found to be one of the easier organization member fights, which was a bit of a bummer to me considering just how much of a build-up he had as the clear-cut number 2 of the group. With the cronies handled, it was time to finally beat Xemnas and beat the story of Kingdom Hearts 2. Come on. Couple hits. Atta babe. I'm assuming there's more than that. Combo, okay. Alright, combo again. Cool, 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 cool. Another combo, sick nasty, like the combos. Alright, come on. Let's whirl-a-goof his ass. This move is so OP. Come on. Oh my god. Are we gonna kill him like this? What the fuck is that? He's a dragon? Alright, come on. Come on. Alright, that a babe. It's gotta be done, right?
Nope.
Okay. Triangle. Yep. Saber. There we go. We're good. We're good. Keep spamming. I think we got this little Sora Riku action. I think we can handle it. I don't think we're doing much damage at all. No, we're alive. Oh my god. What is happening here? Okay. Nope. Nope. What are you gonna have me do? Dark, square. Okay. Alright, we're looking good there. Okay, we made it. Rescue. There can't be much more to this. What is this? Reflect. Okay, okay, triangle, triangle, triangle. Oh my god, Sora, no. Okay, both. Come on, 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 come on. Come on. There we go, baby! Ah! That's huge. That's so huge. Yeah, watch you die, brother. Bye, bye, bye. Hope to never see you again. Definitely will, though. We did it! Ambitious Adventurer. Go to the game, watch the ending sequence. Alright, there's one. Critical Competitor. Clear the game on critical mode. And Proud Player. Clear the game on Proud or higher. Hell yeah. With the main story out of the way, I still had a large chunk of trophies to obtain, and there's no time like the present, so let's get after it. First up was finishing up the 2 tournaments I hadn't yet done in the Colosseum, so I beat Hercules to win the Titan Cup, and followed that by beating Hades himself in the Goddess of Fate Cup. I felt that after all the craziness I'd gone through up to this point, now was a good time to relax and unwind with some Tony Hawk-esque moves. Something I really haven't mentioned in this video was the absolute grind that was collecting all of the puzzle pieces spread across the worlds in this game. In some cases, pieces were blocked because I didn't have the right abilities to get them, and in others, I just straight up didn't see them. Eventually, when I found them all and finished putting the puzzles together, the images turned out to be pretty cool and got me another trophy. Sticking inside Jiminy's journal for a moment, I found the final map hidden inside the Radiant Garden and got that trophy handled as well. The next thing I did was rectify the one true regret I had from KH1, and that was not fighting or beating Sephiroth on Proud mode. The man that has been haunting my dreams since Kingdom Hearts 1. Good. Come on. That's a big opening. Oh my god. No. Come on. Oh my god, I did it! I did it so much faster than I thought I would. And he barely hit me. I mean, he almost got me the one time, but he didn't get me enough. It was pure euphoria. The one-winged angel. Oh man, the one-winged angel defeats Sephiroth. Something I had been actively avoiding until later in this playthrough was the gummy ship missions because, say it with me, all my homies hate the gummy ship missions. The 3 trophies I worked toward with these missions were Ace Pilot, Top Gun, and Gummy Ship Collector. The gummy ship missions are always a pain, but thanks to my good friend and fellow completionist Rythrino, I was given the key to turning this challenge into a cakewalk. Knowing that he is also a big fan of Kingdom Hearts, I asked him if there were any easier ways to bust these challenges out, and he simply said, "Donut." So I made myself the donut ship and took all of the routes down in a matter of a couple hours. Throughout this video, you've heard me talk about Organization 13 and all of their dastardly plans, but there's another group of 13 you haven't heard me say much about just yet. Mushroom 13. Most of these mushrooms are pretty simple, like the one in Agrabah, for example, where all I needed to do was kill it within 10 seconds. Or even this one in Christmas Town that requires you to avoid 80 of its magical attacks with guards and reflex. But then there are others, specifically one other mushroom that will make you want to take your fists and shove them up your... Sorry about that, but the mushroom just outside of Master Yensid's castle requires you to bounce its goofy ass up in the air at least 85 times. There are a few methods to doing this, and the only one I was able to actually pull off was by making sure I had the Berserk Charge ability equipped and using all of my MP right before pulling the shroom out of the ground prior to mashing away at it with Horizontal Slash. The Great Maw. Okay, here are all the mushrooms. Look up. What is there. I don't know what this gift is they're gonna give me here. It is the Winner's Proof. Oh, that's dope. Mushroom Master Trophy earned. Proof of Peace, too. Nice. Cool. Oh, I got a little crown now. That's sick. Where are they going? Bye, friends. Thanks. The next 3 trophies I earned all happened to be inside of Jiminy's journal, and they were Heartless Highbrow, Minigame Maniac, and Limit Master. The 3 of these were pretty cut and dry, finding every Heartless in the game for the first one, then completing every minigame across the worlds, and lastly, using every limit form in the game. Next up on the old agenda was reaching level 99 with Sora, which actually has a really easy method if you've already beaten the game. Go to the top of the world in the world that never was, and after putting on the Gull Wing Keyblade alongside having the experience boost ability on, let an enemy bump you down to a little under half health, and then go on an absolute killing spree. Just a side note to this, make sure Riku is out of your party or he heals you pretty much every time you get to half health, and that can make this a pain in the ass. Certain enemies drop you about 1800 XP per kill, and that helps you melt through the grind. Similar to a little bit ago, I went back to the Coliseum and completed the final 4 tournaments in order to officially be done with the world, earning the trophies Coliseum Competitor, Coliseum Star, Hero of the Coliseum, and Coliseum Champion. These were pretty straightforward as well, except for the final cup, the Hades Paradox Cup, that had just over 50 rounds to beat. After everything I'd gone through to this point, I figured there wasn't much else the game could throw at me that I couldn't handle until I met the Organization 13 data battles. After defeating all 13 members already throughout the game, the brave souls that choose to take on these fights are in for just about the hardest challenges in the game. Since there are 13 fights and they can be pretty time consuming, and I really don't want this section to take a long time, I'm going to give a quick ranking of all 13 members, which will be based strictly on how much of a pain in the ass I thought they were. Starting at number 13, the easiest battle without question was Marluxia. Being that I was level 99, the only way I would have lost this is if I was a complete bot. At 12 was Xigbar for me. I'm not sure what it was about him specifically, but he felt like an absolute cakewalk. Number 11 was Lexaeus. Reflega spam worked wonders, and I beat him on the first attempt. In a surprise to absolutely nobody, Demyx comes in at number 10 because even being a clueless noob attempting to use Fenrir, I managed to beat him on the first attempt as well. At number 9, much like in the story, I didn't find Cyax's data battle to be all that difficult. He might have gotten me 2 or 3 times simply because I wasn't paying attention, but it wasn't very much. In what to me is the most surprising number on this list, number 8 was Xemnas. I expected after the sheer epicness that was the final boss battle that he'd be one of the harder members, but I beat him on my first attempt. The first 6, honestly, I thought were all pretty easy, but the next 7 all had something that consistently pissed me off in each of their own fights. At number 7 was Xaldin. The unpredictability of his attacks caused me to screw up a handful of times during the fight, but even then, he only got me, I'd say, maybe 5-6 times. So while he was worse than the first group, it was more mid than difficult. Coming in at number 6 was Vexen, who I had more trouble with in his silhouette battle than I did here. Fire is the key against him. At 5 is Zexion. I don't know if my game was bugged or what, but there were several times where I just straight up couldn't get out of his dumbass books no matter what I did. I did what I was supposed to do, couldn't get out. Hated that. Number 4, Axel. The fight with him specifically isn't the problem. It was more so the fire on the floor eating my health, and there were quite a few times where I went to counter him so the fire floor would get doused, and the command just never appeared. The camera getting stuck up in the air when I got close to the fire sucked ass too. The first one to crack the top 3 is none other than Luxord. Pardon my French, but him and his card game. Suck my ass, Luxord. At 2, and this one is probably the most surprising on the list, I got my ass absolutely handed to me by Larxene. Like, repeatedly. She made me eat a shit sandwich. On repeat. Number 1 is Roxas. As tough as his battle in the world that never was is, this one is definitively harder in my opinion, and he killed me far and away the most times, with it being somewhere in the range of 20. He's actually not that hard now that I've gone through and faced him so much, but at first, he had me in a blender. Not again, Roxas. Not again. We're not doing this again. It's the last time, brother. Come on. Come on. Yes! He was tough. With the data battles taken care of, I grabbed the final treasure in their room, and by this point, I had farmed enough materials to finish off the synthesis lists, putting me one huge showdown away from becoming a Kingdom Hearts 2 master. This huge showdown came in the form of the game's one true super boss, the Lingering Will. If you know Kingdom Hearts lore, then you know that this boss is actually the undying will of Terra, a former Keyblade wielder in his own right that I may or may not be covering in a future video. Yes, I'm going to Platinum Birth by Sleep. This was without question the hardest boss in the game due to the sheer unpredictability of his moveset. I was able to get a couple good licks in here and there, but for the most part, this fight was a complete struggle. Come on, heal, heal, heal. Come on. Fly to the edge. And fly right back. He's gonna pop out somewhere. He's gonna pop. Oh no. Ah, come on. Oh. Come on. Keep sending it, keep sending it, keep sending it, keep sending it, baby. Come on, where's he at? Keep sending it, baby. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Oh my god! Ah! I didn't think I was actually gonna do it. Ah! Lingering Will, trophy earned. That should be everything from my journal. Seeker, collect all character link entries. Conqueror, collect all mission entries. Professor, there we go, collect all character entries in Jiminy's journal. And Kingdom Hearts 2, master the Platinum Trophy. I cannot believe I actually did it all on Critical. Oh my god. I'm so ecstatic. Thank you all so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I love you.